Of Dr. Juell here today, and we have received a surprising response to our request for questions for Dr. Juell, and I've got a few of them here. So Dr. Juell was nice enough to give us his time so that we could give some of the questions that you guys had to him, so he could answer them. So Dr. Juell, I have your first question ready for you. It's from a Jennifer, and she wants to know what made you decide to go into medicine when you were younger.
Well, when I was in high school, I was good at science and math, and I was looking forward to a career. And I also played sports, and I had a knee injury, and I was treated and had surgery by an orthopedic surgeon. Who my mom was a nurse, and she worked for that orthopedic group as a nurse, and then later became office manager for them. And so I was somewhat familiar with the medical profession, and I was inspired by the orthopedic surgeon that took care of me, and decided that I would be interested in contemplating a career in medicine.
Okay, great. Okay, so now I've got my second question. It's from Amanda, and she writes, at what point should you stop self-prescribing over-the-counter medications and have a situation that you may be experiencing looked at by a trained physician?
Well, I think people take over-the-counter analgesics, for aches and pains, and I think if you have a persistent ache and pain that is worsening despite those medications, or is different from other aches and pains that you feel, that probably warrants at least a consultation with a physician and possible further investigation. That is probably more true as you get older, and other things can cause those kind of difficulties.
So generally, the sooner the better is
Yes.
kind of, if you're not really feeling results immediately, now's the time to make that.
Right, if your symptoms seem to be escalating, or they're changing, or you're developing new symptoms. Another example would be is if you were taking like over-the-counter medications to control, acid reflux type symptoms, and if those medications are not effective, or you're developing new symptoms as a result of taking those medications, or in spite of taking them, then that would certainly be a reason to see a physician.
Okay, great. Okay. So our third question is from James, and he wants to know, what kind of hobbies do you enjoy in your off time?
Well, my work keeps me inside most of the time, so most of the hobbies that I enjoy pursuing are outdoor activities. I like to ski in the winter. I'm an avid fly fisherman. I like to get out and hike and hunt in the fall. I also am an apiist, or a beekeeper, and I keep bees in the summer, and I enjoy that. I was a biologist before I became a doctor, and I was mainly in molecular biology, but I enjoyed zoology, and and entomology is a study of insects, and so I've enjoyed being a beekeeper over the years. I also like to camp, and mainly travel some with my wife. She likes to travel. We do that some.
Okay, great. Okay. And my last question is from a Deborah, and she asks, if you could communicate with someone who is about to graduate high school and would like to pursue a career as a doctor, well, do you have any advice for what they might encounter, what they might do, how to be a better doctor, what they should look towards?
Well, I think that in preparation for medical school, obviously you have to pursue education in fields that are related to medicine, math, science, biology, chemistry, and so I would tell people that it's not necessarily going to be your final decision to be a doctor, so you should pursue something in education that you may prepare you for other careers in the event you don't get into medical school, or you might find that you rather enjoyed being a chemist rather than a physician, and that would be my recommendation on your educational plan. If you are interested in medicine, it's helpful, I think, in terms of application process, that you demonstrate some activities that you've done that involve working with people or caring for people. So, having a job in a hospital or with a physical therapist or, working in a nursing home, something where you can demonstrate that you've had some interest in helping take care of people that would be helpful in terms of application process. I think finally, when people ask me where should you go to school, I would say go somewhere where you like living, because you're going to be there for a few years, and oftentimes that's an opportunity to broaden your horizons. If you plan on going to a specific medical school, like in your state or something of that nature, then going to a school where you might work with researchers or something that are in the medical school, ahead of time would, obviously help you in terms of letters of recommendation, that kind of thing. But when people say, what's the best medical school to go to, I'd say, well, in my case, I went to the University of Utah because I like to ski. And so I think that you need to go somewhere where you like to live.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Juell. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Thanks.